Welcome to my channel, Rise Up with Steve. Please hit like, subscribe, and don't forget to share with your friends.
Listen, I want to talk to you about something real today. You see, relationships aren't always about age. It's not about who's younger, who's older. It's about what a man sees when he looks at a woman. If a man is genuinely attracted to an older woman, you better understand this. He's not just seeing someone he wants to date. He's seeing the woman he could build a life with. He's seeing a wife, a partner, a teammate in the game of life. Why? Because attraction is more than skin deep. A man who respects, admires, and is drawn to the maturity, wisdom, and confidence of an older woman is seeing stability. He's seeing someone who has life experience, someone who knows herself, someone who can handle challenges without losing her grace. That kind of woman is not just desirable, she's wife material, because she brings balance, strength, and clarity to a relationship. You know, people often talk about attraction like it's all about looks, about the first glance, the smile, or the way someone walks into a room. But let me tell you something real. Attraction, the kind that lasts, goes much deeper than what you see on the surface. When a man is drawn to an older woman, it's because he sees something that most people miss. He sees maturity. And I'm not talking about just being able to pay bills or handle responsibility. I'm talking about emotional maturity, the kind that comes from living life, making mistakes, learning lessons, and rising stronger each time. See, maturity is magnetic. There's a power in knowing who you are, in understanding your worth, and in being confident without having to prove anything. An older woman has been through life's storms. She's experienced heartbreak, disappointment, joy, and success, and she carries all of that in her presence. And a man who recognizes that doesn't just see her as a temporary attraction. He sees someone with depth, someone who can handle life with grace, someone who can teach him without lecturing, and who can walk beside him as an equal. That kind of woman doesn't need constant validation because she knows herself, and that security is irresistible to a man who's looking for more than a fling. Now, think about this. When a man is attracted to maturity, he's attracted to wisdom. He's attracted to someone who can communicate, who can solve problems calmly, who doesn't overreact to every little thing, who knows how to balance love and logic. That's what draws him closer, because it tells him this woman can be a partner in the truest sense. She's not just a girl he met on a Friday night. She's a woman who could be a mother, a mentor, a supporter, and a teammate for life. That's why men who are genuinely attracted to older women often see wife potential. Maturity also shows up in how she carries herself, how she handles setbacks, and how she treats others around her. A younger woman may have energy and excitement, but an older woman has the kind of presence that commands respect without even trying. She's learned patience. She's learned the value of her time. She's learned not to waste energy on things or people that don't serve her growth. And when a man notices that, when he sees that quiet confidence and strength, it resonates with him on a deeper level. It's not superficial, it's foundational. And let me tell you something else. Maturity teaches perspective. She's been there, she's done that, and she knows what really matters in life. She's not going to be easily swayed by drama or petty games. That stability, that grounded nature, draws a man because he senses that this woman can build a life with him that's real, that's lasting, that's worth committing to. He doesn't just want her for a moment. He sees her as a partner, someone who can handle the ups and downs, someone who can celebrate the victories and withstand the challenges. So when a man is attracted to an older woman, understand this, he's recognizing something extraordinary. He's seeing a combination of strength and softness, experience and passion, confidence and compassion. He's seeing maturity, and that maturity speaks louder than words ever could. It tells him she's capable, she's dependable, and most importantly, she's someone he can imagine sharing a future with. That's why maturity matters. That's why it attracts the right kind of man. The kind of man who isn't looking for just a date, but someone he can truly love, respect, and see as his wife. You know, respect is something you don't just hand out. It's something you feel when you recognize greatness in someone else, and admiration. Man, that's a whole different level. When a man is attracted to an older woman, it's often because he sees qualities in her that demand respect and spark admiration. He sees a woman who has faced life head on, who's overcome challenges, who's grown through her experiences, and he can't help but recognize that strength. And here's the thing, a man who truly respects and admires a woman isn't just attracted to her body, her looks, or even her energy. He's drawn to her essence. He's drawn to the way she handles herself, the way she carries her past with grace, and the way she walks into a room with confidence that says, I know who I am, and I won't settle for less than I deserve. Admiration is powerful because it's genuine. You can't fake it. You can't pretend to respect someone just because they're convenient or attractive. A man who truly admires an older woman sees her life, her achievements, and even her struggles, and he appreciates every bit of it. He sees the hard work she's put in, the lessons she's learned, and the wisdom she's gained, and it makes him want to rise to match her energy, to meet her standards, and to be a better man. That kind of admiration isn't shallow. It's the kind that fuels commitment, loyalty, and deep love. He's not looking for a temporary thrill. He's looking at someone who commands his attention because she has earned it, and he can't help but feel that she's wife material. Respect and admiration also go hand in hand with understanding. A man who admires an older woman respects her opinions, values her perspective, and takes her advice seriously. He doesn't dismiss her because of her age or experience. He listens because he knows she's been through things that he hasn't. That kind of connection goes beyond the superficial. It's about valuing the person for who she is, for what she brings to the table emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. And when a man does that, it shows that he's capable of love that lasts. He's not just in it for appearances or fleeting excitement. He's in it because he recognizes the depth, the substance, and the heart of the woman he's attracted to. Here's another thing: admiration inspires growth. When a man admires an older woman, he wants to be the best version of himself because she deserves nothing less. He sees her stability, her wisdom, her grace, and he realizes that to be with her fully, he has to step up. That kind of mutual respect sets the foundation for a strong relationship. He isn't intimidated by her experience. He's motivated by it. He understands that she isn't someone to control, manipulate, or take for granted. She's someone to honor, appreciate, and celebrate every single day. And the beauty of this is that respect and admiration aren't one-sided. When a man genuinely respects an older woman, she senses it. She sees that he values her journey, her lessons, and her character. That creates trust, security, and intimacy, because nothing is more attractive to a woman than a man who doesn't just want her body, but who wants her mind, her soul, and her life in partnership. That's the kind of man who sees an older woman not as a temporary romance, but as someone he can love, cherish, and build a life with. That's the kind of man who sees wife potential. So when a man is attracted to an older woman, it's not just attraction, it's respect and admiration in action. He sees her for the incredible woman she is, and that recognition becomes the foundation for a meaningful, lasting, and powerful relationship that can stand the test of time. Let me tell you something about stability, because most people underestimate how important it is in a real relationship. Stability isn't about having a perfect life or always knowing what's coming next. Stability is about being grounded, being reliable, and having a sense of balance that comes from experience and self-awareness. And when a man is attracted to an older woman, it's often because he senses that stability in her. He sees it in the way she carries herself, in the calmness of her voice, in the way she handles challenges without panicking. And he recognizes that this is not someone who's going to bring unnecessary chaos into his life. That kind of woman doesn't chase drama. She doesn't need constant reassurance. She's secure in who she is, and that security is magnetic to a man who's looking for a real partner. A stable woman has been through enough life to understand priorities. She knows what matters and what doesn't. She's not going to waste energy on petty arguments or games. She's learned to choose her battles wisely, to protect her peace, and to build her life with intention. And when a man notices that, he can't help but be drawn to her. He realizes that she's someone who can weather life's storms with him, someone who can offer wisdom and support when things get tough, someone who can be a teammate in every sense of the word. That kind of stability is rare, and when a man finds it, he recognizes the value immediately. Stability also shows in emotional balance. Older women often bring a sense of calm to relationships that younger women may not have cultivated yet. She knows how to manage her emotions, communicate effectively, and handle conflicts without losing herself. A man who is attracted to that understands that this woman isn't going to overreact, isn't going to manipulate, and isn't going to create unnecessary stress. She brings a safe space into his life, a space where he can be himself, grow, and feel understood. That emotional stability tells him that she is capable of handling a partnership in the long run, and it gives him confidence that she can be the kind of wife he can rely on. There's also a practical side to stability. A woman who has built her life thoughtfully, who understands finances, responsibilities, and planning, communicates to a man that she is capable of building a future with him. He sees someone who can handle challenges without falling apart, someone who can make wise decisions, someone who is consistent in her actions and intentions. That reliability and predictability in her character signals that she is ready for a committed relationship. When a man sees that, he doesn't just admire it. He respects it, he values it, and he sees her as someone he can build a life with. And here's the key thing: stability isn't boring. Stability is powerful. It allows love to flourish because it removes unnecessary distractions, drama, and uncertainty. A man attracted to an older woman sees that she provides that foundation, that sense of balance, and he recognizes that this is exactly the kind of partnership that lasts. He doesn't have to question her intentions. He doesn't have to worry about volatility, and he doesn't have to guess whether she's serious about building a life with him. Her stability tells him everything he needs to know. She's ready, she's dependable, and she's wife material. So when you see a man drawn to an older woman, understand this: he's not just attracted to her beauty or her presence. He's attracted to her stability. He sees someone who can stand firm through challenges, someone who brings consistency, someone who offers emotional and practical grounding. That stability speaks louder than any words ever could. And it's the foundation on which real, lasting love is built. When a man recognizes that he doesn't just want her for now, he sees a future with her, and he sees her as the woman he can trust, rely on, and ultimately marry. Now, let me talk to you about vision. Vision for life, vision for love, vision for partnership. You see, when a man is attracted to an older woman, he doesn't just see her in the moment. He sees something bigger. He sees a future. He sees the potential for a life together, not just a date or a passing fling. He imagines waking up next to her years from now, building a home, facing challenges, celebrating victories, and growing together. That's what separates attraction from true commitment. It's one thing to like someone. It's another thing to envision them as your partner in the journey of life. And an older woman naturally inspires that kind of vision because she's already lived enough to understand what matters. And she carries herself in a way that communicates stability, wisdom, and purpose. A man who sees life partner potential recognizes the qualities in her that make a relationship sustainable. He sees that she can handle life's responsibilities, that she can manage challenges gracefully, and that she knows how to support and encourage a partner without losing herself. She's already experienced enough to understand compromise, patience, and the give and take that marriage demands. That vision of partnership excites him because he doesn't just see her as someone to share good times with. He sees her as someone to share life with, the highs and lows, the mundane and the extraordinary. He sees someone who can stand beside him in a way that is authentic, real, and lasting. And here's the thing about vision: it requires clarity. A man attracted to an older woman often recognizes that she has clarity. She knows what she wants, what she values, and what she expects from a relationship. That clarity allows him to picture a future with her because there's no ambiguity. He doesn't have to guess about her intentions or question whether she's serious. She's not playing games. She's showing him through her actions and demeanor that she's ready for a partnership that lasts. And when a man sees that, he starts seeing beyond the present moment and into what could be. He starts imagining a shared life, and in that vision, she becomes more than just a woman he's attracted to. She becomes a potential wife, a life partner, a teammate in the truest sense. Life partner vision is also about alignment of values and goals. A man who truly sees an older woman as a partner notices how her priorities align with his. He sees her ambition, her dedication, her principles, and he realizes that these qualities are what make a relationship work long term. He sees that she's capable of supporting his dreams while pursuing her own, that she can communicate openly, and that she understands the balance between independence and unity. That alignment allows him to picture a shared future that is realistic, fulfilling, and meaningful. He doesn't just see her as a temporary connection. He sees her as someone whose life can intertwine with his in a way that is healthy, balanced, and enduring. And let me tell you, when a man sees this kind of vision, it transforms the way he approaches the relationship. He's no longer just acting on attraction. He's making decisions with foresight. He invests in her emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. He steps up knowing that she deserves a man who is ready for a life together. He respects her experiences, values her input, and honors the future he sees with her. That is the kind of attraction that lasts, the kind of connection that builds families, legacies, and lifelong love. So when a man is drawn to an older woman, it's not a coincidence. He's recognizing the potential for something real. He's seeing her as more than just a companion for the present moment. He's seeing her as a partner, a confidante, a teammate, and a wife. He's seeing life with her, and that vision makes him want to step up, commit, and build something that lasts. That is the power of vision, and that is why men who are genuinely attracted to older women often see them as life partners first and foremost. Now, let's talk about confidence, because confidence is one of the most magnetic qualities a person can have, and when a man is attracted to an older woman, it's often her confidence that draws him in before anything else. Confidence isn't about being loud, flashy, or demanding attention. Real confidence is quiet, steady, and powerful. It's the kind of presence that makes a man stop and take notice without her even trying. An older woman has lived life enough to know her worth, to understand her value, and to stand firm in who she is. That kind of self-assurance is irresistible because it tells a man that she doesn't need him to complete her. She's already complete. And that, my friends, is exactly the kind of woman a man sees as wife material. Confidence is magnetic because it communicates strength and independence. A man who is genuinely attracted to an older woman notices that she doesn't rely on others for validation. She knows her mind, she trusts her instincts, and she makes decisions that are best for her life. And when he sees that it sparks something in him, he respects it, he admires it, he's drawn to it because it's rare. Confidence in a woman shows him that she can handle life's challenges, that she can stand her ground, and that she won't allow negativity or drama to dictate her happiness. That makes her a partner he can rely on, someone who is strong enough to support a relationship without being controlling or insecure, someone who elevates him rather than bringing him down. There's also a subtle power in confidence that affects the way she interacts with the world. She commands respect naturally, not by demanding it, but by carrying herself in a way that says, I know who I am, and I won't apologize for it. And a man recognizes that immediately. He sees that she can take charge when needed, make smart decisions, and stand firm under pressure. He sees that she is grounded, capable, and self-aware. That kind of energy attracts a man who is looking for someone to share a life with, not just someone to pass the time with. He starts imagining what it would be like to build a future with someone so assured, someone who doesn't crumble under stress or uncertainty, but faces life with strength and clarity. Confidence also inspires a man to step up. When he sees an older woman who knows her worth and carries herself with grace, he realizes he needs to bring his best self to the table. He sees that she deserves respect, loyalty, and commitment, and he doesn't want to settle for less. Her confidence challenges him to grow, to rise to her level, and to become a man who is capable of matching her energy and her vision for life. That kind of mutual elevation is the foundation for a strong, lasting relationship. She doesn't just attract him with her looks or charm. She attracts him with the power of her presence, the strength of her character, and the certainty of her identity. And here's the truth: confidence is contagious. When a man is around a woman who is confident, he feels it too. He starts believing in himself, feeling secure in the relationship, and understanding that he is with someone who will be a true partner in every sense of the word. That makes him see her not just as someone he's attracted to, but as someone he can build a life with, someone he can trust, someone he can imagine marrying. So when a man is drawn to an older woman, understand this: it's her confidence that first captures him, but it's her consistent strength, independence, and self-assurance that convinces him she is wife material. That quiet, steady, undeniable confidence is magnetic, inspiring, and life-changing for a man who is ready for a real, committed relationship. He doesn't just want her for now. He sees her as a partner, a teammate, and a lifelong companion. Now, let's get real about age, because so many people let numbers define their worth, their relationships, and their potential for love. But here's the truth: age is just a number. It doesn't dictate attraction, compatibility, or the strength of a connection. When a man is genuinely attracted to an older woman, he isn't counting birthdays or worrying about societal expectations. What he's seeing goes far beyond the calendar. He's seeing experience, wisdom, resilience, and character. He's seeing someone who knows herself, someone who has lived life, learned lessons, and grown through every challenge. And that's far more valuable than any number on a birth certificate. Think about it: life experience brings depth. It brings perspective. An older woman has faced obstacles, made mistakes, celebrated victories, and learned from it all. She's shaped by her experiences, and that makes her more insightful, more patient, and more capable of handling the ups and downs of a relationship. A man who is attracted to that isn't intimidated by age, he's inspired by it. He sees someone who can bring wisdom into the partnership, someone who can navigate challenges calmly, and someone who understands what really matters. That kind of attraction is about substance, not superficiality, and that's why he sees her as wife material. Age is also irrelevant when it comes to confidence, energy, and passion. An older woman can be vibrant, adventurous, and full of life, while also being grounded and emotionally mature. She can challenge him, inspire him, and lift him up, all while bringing stability and balance into the relationship. And a man who recognizes that doesn't focus on how many years she's lived, he focuses on the richness of her character, the strength of her heart, and the depth of her mind. He sees someone who compliments him, challenges him, and can grow with him in ways that transcend age. Society often puts pressure on people to pair off according to age, to follow some outdated rule about who should date whom. But love doesn't follow rules, and attraction doesn't check a calendar. A man who is truly drawn to an older woman sees beyond societal expectations. He sees the person, not the number. He sees potential, compatibility, and alignment of values. He sees someone who can share his dreams, support his growth, and build a life together. And that kind of vision isn't hindered by age. It's strengthened by it, because experience teaches lessons that youth cannot. When you think about love that lasts, it's never about age. It's about connection, understanding, mutual respect, and shared goals. A man who appreciates an older woman knows that she has more to offer than a younger woman might, simply because she's learned how to navigate life successfully. He sees that she has the patience, the clarity, and the wisdom to make a relationship thrive. That's what makes him see her as wife material, because she brings qualities into the partnership that are timeless, valuable, and essential for building a life together. And here's the thing, when a man sees past age, he also demonstrates maturity himself. He understands that love isn't a game, that real attraction is about heart, mind, and spirit, not the superficial measure society often emphasizes. He's ready to commit, to invest, and to honor the woman he's drawn to, because he knows that her value is immeasurable and that age has no bearing on what she can give to a partnership. That perspective is rare, powerful, and deeply attractive. And it shows that when a man is genuinely drawn to an older woman, he's looking for more than temporary pleasure. He's looking for a partner, a confidante, and a wife. So, when a man is attracted to an older woman, remember this, it's not about age, it's about the qualities that endure, the wisdom that strengthens a relationship, and the love that grows with time. Age is just a number, but the connection, the respect, and the vision for life together are what truly matter. That's why he sees her not as someone to pass time with, but as someone to build a future with, someone to commit to, someone to marry, and someone to share life with forever.